Excellent.
I auditioned for Scootaloo, as well as Sweetie Belle, and that's kind of it.
That's another 100% booking rate. Lucky Jack. That's kind of 50%, right? Because you can get both. Oh, sorry. My math is lacking. I auditioned for a bunch of the main six. I think Princess Celestia. And then I still hadn't been on the show until the season 5 opener. Except for of course, Sunset Shimmers in the Equestria Girls. So, yeah.
Who did you play in the opener there?
I played Sugar Belle. Is it Sugar Belle? The baker, the little baker, and the Pegasus pony. Can't remember her name. Yeah, they change them every once in a while. So they start out with one character name and then they switch partway through and they end up with something, and I couldn't hear it because I was sitting way over there watching it this morning. So who can remember that Pegasus's name? It was purple. She was purple. And she had like pinky purple hair, I think. I don't know. Okay, we'll figure it out later. There you go.
One thing you have to remember is that for these folks, that was a year ago when they did their voices.
It was more than a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I auditioned for Silver Shill. And I had to stand next to him in the session. He did it the same as me.
It's not so bad.
But with a little bit of brilliance added on. I've auditioned for a lot of things in my show. That's true of a lot of us. We don't remember everybody. Happy with the things I get.
I auditioned for all the male roles and about 75% of the female roles. And got absolutely none of them. Then my sweet, sweet daughter was cast in the show, and I hung around the studio door and just kind of begged for scraps. Anything really. I can say nope if there's a character that says no. Yeah, so, and then finally they went, fine, give this guy the Silver Shill. And, you like Silver Shill? Well, he's my favorite pony. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So, I did not audition. No, as you all know, Lauren Faust and I did a little show called the Powerpuff Girls. And she knows I'm just as tough as Blossom and Buttercup. I'm hardcore. It was always Lauren's dream to bring this version to the screen, and so she came over to my house one day. Sorry if y'all know the story from YouTube. But she brought me all kinds of incredible drawings and incredible story ideas. That woman's brain is just pretty ridiculous and genius. And she said, would you help me with this pitch? And in my little home studio, we did Twilight, Pinky, and I really can't remember if the third was Rainbow or Applejack. I can't remember. There's a third pony, and if anyone ever gets a hold of that, that might be worth something. But that's what sold the show, and she said as soon as she heard me do Twilight that she knew. So you never had a shot at Twilight.
Okay, I have a question for Peter. Yes. Now, Peter, You don't get too many lines as Big Macintosh, mostly yup and nope. And although he did let you sing some lovely barbershop, that was kind of nice.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering what you might want to say as Big Mac. What's going on in Big Mac's head that maybe he's holding back?
What's building up?
Well, I've always thought that he don't special, don't touch it. He touched my hand. That's what Big Mac is thinking. He touched my hand. No, I've always thought that he's got a sort of deep internal monologue going on. I think he's a very clever pony, but I just feel like he doesn't ever need to say anything, and so he doesn't. He's like Buddha. Yeah, he's Buddha. Someone's gonna draw that.
Yep.
No, that's my answer. Yeah.
Now you guys have been at this for, almost about 5 years now, yeah?
That's right, 5 years.
And you've said a lot of things. And I'm just wondering, what was your favorite thing that you got to say on the show and you were just like, yes! I always wanted to say something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Just jump in anyway.
I got to say, and your little dog, too.
Oh, gorgeous.
I keep trying to slip in a maybe, but
That's true,
so
he's
far
always
nice.
trying that. They're like, no, Peter.
No.
No.
I tried to do your sister's right one time. They were
Yeah.
like, no, can you just say no?
I made up some words in the last season, but I don't know if that's a spoiler because I don't know if they kept it. But like it was like with them, who's in the husband, blah, 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 whatever. So I said, if they keep it, it'll be on a T-shirt. But
So, obviously, you guys, you live these characters, and just tell me about what goes through all your heads when when you look at the scripts and you see what's going on, and you're just thinking to yourself, what do you think to yourself? What is at any point do you look at this and go, Twilight wouldn't say that.
I know for me, because when I played Gilda, it was before it aired, right? That was season 1. And I remember reading the script, and when I went in to record and I heard what Andrea was doing for Fluttershy, and I saw the Gilda yelling at Fluttershy, I was like, this is not going to go over well. I just didn't yell. I think I was right. Yeah, I made her cry. In real life, too. I apologize. It hurts, Marika.
Do you guys ever find yourself just like reacting day to day in character?
In many characters, I think. Depends on our mood and if we're in the shower. I think each of us we now are settled into our little quirks and quirks thanks to the writers, and they've sort of written our personalities in some ways for us, and we bring something to that. For me, I'm always wondering what predicament the writers are going to put Spike in now. So that's fun for me, but yeah, I think we just I wait and see what it is we get, because when we get the script, we're of course then having to deal with whatever emotions come up, and that kind of develops our character for us. So. But I'm always wondering what poor Spike's gonna get into next.
Anybody else on
I'm
that?
the same. I'm always curious what they're going to make him say.
What did they say?
It's a ratio of yup to no. Stats man.
One of these days they're going to give Peter like a deep philosophical diatribe. And that would be awesome. Well, and of course Peter gets to show off on that, you know, little show called Littlest Pet Shop, where he's, you know, and so a lot of the other folks on here. I'm curious, can you just, can everyone at the table just give a line in character, in voice, so that these lovely people can just feel the character coming at them? Wow.
Start at that end.
Start at that end.
We'll start at the other end of the table this time.
See, I can't hear anyone down this row, which is just fine, but I also can't hear the question, so.
What's the question?
I thought I was having a
I think you're supposed to do a voice from the show.
Do a voice?
Your favorite line?
We want to hear the voices. We want to, you know, just feel the character coming at us because we love them so much.
Dear Princess Celestia, I would really like to hear the people on my panel. Smile.
Is losing your hearing the first sign of a stroke? Because I'm having the same problem. And I smell toast.
I too am having the same problem, and I got my You could say something about Littlest Pet Shop because I couldn't speak to that. Yes, no, maybe so, no, maybe.
Still not understanding what's going on. Not because I just woke up, really. Seriously, what are we doing?
You're doing a line in your character, whatever lines you enjoy doing in your character.
Oh. Pass. I'll come back to me.
Okay.
There's so many audio problems! Oh, come on! It's Taco Tuesday! More like the Cutie Mark crybabies!
So many lines. I'm not sure. Seems like I'm hearing over 9,000! How about curse you daring to?
I forgot about that one. Oops.
I was told like there's a Babscon anthem. Do I have to sing it?
Geez, Spike, sure, give it a try.
Really great to be here in San Francisco, but there's way too many hills. Roads are cool, and I hope you like my song. At the 2015 Babscon.
So now, when you guys get in the studio, do you are you generally all together when you're doing your recording?
They all are, except for me, because I'm in LA, but if you want some TMZ moments, Marika and I went to high school together, so you should ask her. Dirt. She's got dirt.
It was a karaoke machine.
So
We grew up together in Toronto, and the rest of the girls tape in Vancouver, so you guys can probably talk about it. Oh, you're from Toronto, huh? But I do miss them. They're amazing girls and boys. This cast is just amazing, and I feel honored to be with you guys today. I wish I could be with you more. You're really amazing, all of you.
Still, right?
I love you.
So, what about the rest of you? You know what? Tell us some good studio stories. There's got to be a few.
I'm always ostracized for singing Christmas carols in June.
Oh, it's the worst.
Especially on that.
Not just on this show, every
show.
But it's musical.
Do you want to know what her anthem is? Really? Silver Bells. Yes.
In June.
Bells, silver bells.
So that's my thing.
I like
Crazy
watching
ones that are-
everybody else. I like watching everybody else work. Everybody has a different physicality, and it's always fun for me to look at what other people are doing in order to make the boys come out of themselves. I think that's really fun.
Always have to go like this.
Go like this, make the boys come out! And I always think that's really entertaining. But then sometimes that gets you in trouble, like when I was doing the Hearts and Hooves Day episode, Nicole opposite me, and we were schmoopy-doing at each other, and it just became stupid. And we had to basically, it was eyes on the floor to get that line out.
When I'm working near Mr. Brian Drummond, I move my music and mic stand 18 inches to the left as he moves, and I have very sensitive.
Very sensitive. And Mr. Corlett down there is known as Hands in Pocket Man by every director in every...
Or the best one. Oh, it's my line? Oh. Every single time.
I got stuff going on.
Expensive cars online. One of my favorite things when I'm in the studio is watching incredible actors and actresses switch from one line to the next when they're switching characters and having conversations with themselves. An example of somebody here is Ms. Andrea Lipton, whose characters are so diverse, but she can literally have a conversation with herself, and it's line after line after line after line, and you watch her like, if you closed your eyes, you would swear there was two ponies in the room having a conversation. It's amazing. It's really good.
So Andrea, Tara, does that ever happen in real life where you're just like, you know, suddenly feeling kind of schizoid and, you know, next thing you know, you're speaking in tongues in your characters?
They have good doctors.
Well, lately I just got a new puppy. I don't know if you guys are on, if you follow me on any social media, that's all there is now. But I am having a good time freaking her out with voices. She's listening, then all of a sudden I'll just be going, she's just like, her ears perk up, and she's like, what is happening? So, yeah, poor Mindy.
Now, you've also, all of you have done a staggering number of voices in a staggering number of shows. So, I'm a little curious, what are some of your favorites that you've done outside of My Little Pony?
Did everyone catch that down there?
Huh?
Favorite voices outside of My Little Pony? Oh.
Well, I mean, for me, I love working on Littlest Pet Shop. I've done, I don't know how many voices now on that show, and that has been a delight for me. So it's been Sunil and everybody else. Thank you. That was awesome.
I like. Are you familiar with a show called Johnny Hugh test. A lot of you don't realize he has a first name, but it's Dad. I like that character because it's a lot like me. Except, I don't make meatloaf, Johnny! The character is very similar to my home life, right, Claire? Yeah. Right, Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters is actually Susan Test on Johnny Test. So I play Ian's daughter.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
He has 2 daughters.
Yep. I'm in another show currently called Dinosaur Train. I'm not really doing any other shows. I've got school, so. No, that's not the reason. It's just, it was because I didn't get it. Oh yeah, sure. School, yeah, school, that's what I was saying. And I play Tiny Pteranodon on that, so that's kind of the other character that I'm doing.
And what does Tiny sound like?
She sounds pretty much the same. Sweetie Belle, but she's a dinosaur, so she has to do.
Whoa.
Applause.
One of my favorite shows that I was on for a really long time was called Madeline.
And you lost your French accent for Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. That was pretty good.
That's right.
Brian and I played brothers in a show called Kid vs. Cat, didn't we, Brian? Have you seen Kid vs. Cat?
Yeah, I wear a tube. You can't really see much me, but she's my brother.
Yeah, I'm the bigger one. He's always hiding behind me. It's awesome.
Yeah, let's go, kid.
My name's Lauren, and that's Harley.
Yeah, Harley here, man.
Hey, dude.
I was on that show for 6 episodes until they replaced me. Yeah, they replaced me. I can't remember what I did.
Easy to know.
Something wrong.
Yes.
I've been fired from some of the best shows.
One of my favorites is Buttercream Sunday.
You're the Scoosh-de-Booshiest of all the Scoosh-de-Booshies.
I love Saturday shows too, as well as the primetime stuff, so I think some of you who've been around a little while would know Shampoo from Ranma 1/2. Crazy Warrior.
Hi, Mama. Mama takes shampoo to date.
There's also Cyber 6. I don't know if you guys know Cyber 6, but classic kind of a European background, part cyber, part human. Basically my own voice for a change, which was nice to play. So yeah, so those are my favorites. Outside of Spike.
So hard to pick favorites. I've been playing around with this for a long time, but some of the first ones stand out for me. Obviously, everybody knows I played the original Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, so. But I grew up loving animation and loving comic books, so I've got to play some super cool characters from Wolverine in a number of animated Marvel movies to Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget. And G.I. Joe, Transformers, and there's just so many that are just have been a blast. But I'd have to say Vegeta is one of my favorites, although one of the hardest on the voice. It's been a blast to do the little Saiyan Prince for so many years.
Well, actually, that leads right into the next question, which is that as we've been listening to you, we've heard some voices that definitely they have the gruffness or they're pretty shouty. What were some of the experiences that you've had where they just blew out your voice?
Dragon Ball Z blows out everybody. Doesn't matter what actor has ever done that show, when you have to carry a string that's 4 hours of that and you were done for the week.
I played young Trunks in that show, and Brian's right, like every single scene we're fighting or rolling down hills. I think they just looped Goku and young Trunks just doing this. Like, just fighting, rolling down hills. Oh, we were a little exhausted from that show.
I just cried in that show all night. Just crying, more crying, crying. Oh, there's another girl crying in the scene.
And I'm cheating because I can't remember anything. So I just looked up a quote from a character that I'm sure most of you are familiar with, also from that show, because I was the original Goku. Because I can't remember it. Well, if your friend over there is stronger than you, I guess you're the third strongest Saiyan now. I won't do the rest because that's my instrument.
Those two, Brian and Ian are going to fight it out for us later.
Who's going to win?
I'm voting for Brain.
So what about the rest of you? The ones that blew your voices away?
There's a show on right now called Kate and Mim, and I play Kate, but I also play a little guy named Boomer. That is quite the ratchet voice. And Matt Hill, usually when we're doing a session, we'll just slide for a while, so not too many music because he basically sounds like this. Oh, hello. But then he yells! And it's hard. Luckily, we did record that on a Friday, so then I was just silent all day Saturday.
It's not always how much we have to yell at the character or project. It's those who do like the same voices that I do, or like Brian, he's got these big guys. Like some of it's volume and some of it is constantly doing a certain range that taxes your throat. And then if you get used to those little ranges as, special character voices, but then when you actually have to yell at them as well, that's another trick. So you don't want to be doing that from your throat. You use your diaphragm a little bit to keep that going, but yeah, it can do a number on you, so you have to take care of that.
It's always nice when the directors choose to save the yelling bits for the end. Yeah. And then you don't have to go, you make sure all your clear lines in regular voice are done first, and then you can go and do the attack sounds or whatever at the end, or the turning into a demon. Sunset Shimmer was one that kind of thrashed my voice by the end of Equestria Girls. That was pretty hard. There was a lot of
if they're super sweet, they'll save your screams. You do a big scream, we can keep that one for the other 4 we have to do. We reuse a few of those if they're nice.
Unless you've been bad children, and then you'll be punished.
Can you do that one 8 more times?
Among my first voiceover jobs was playing like a bunch of demons and stuff in Inuyasha. Hair demon, and basically like the hair demon and most of the demons, frankly, just sound like.
That sounds like my drain pipe.
Oh, I remembered another favorite voice. Oh, can we go back to the other questions?
I'll do anything for you, Ian.
You just made.
Hey, you guys can do whatever you want. They're all here for you, so.
You just reminded me of one of my favorite voices. I played Baby Taz in Baby Looney Tunes.
Hi, Granny.
Dizzy Devil.
You guys got all the clever roles. These two, I mean. I was gonna let you guys pick your favorite character I've done. Terrence on Foster's Home. Because he was kind of mean and yelled all the time. And then if you ever did anything on The Kids Next Door, oh my God. They used to call the director on that the Notinator because he just liked it really loud and over and over and over.
I've become well known for what is called the 75% rule.
Yes.
See, they all know it. And it's not because I'm inherently lazy. I just want that on the written record right now. It is self-preservation. And I tell every young voice actor this. Because they come in to one of these action shows and they're all keen and excited, and I just want to squish that out of them. No, I want to try and help them because they're in there, just giving her, as we say in Canada. And oh yeah, give her, eh?
Right on, eh?
Yeah, you give her and I'll take her.
Give her, Travis.
Yeah, give her, Travis. Anyway,
it's kind of like you're getting ready for Garfield. That's where I see you go.
So
really lazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they're going and going and going. Blah, screaming, and you can almost see the blood coming out of their head. And I take them aside and I say, look, here's a little trick. I've been doing this for a long time. You give only 75%. If you give 100%, you will die. And more importantly, you will not be able to work tomorrow because you're going to be,
yeah, it was a great session yesterday. Sorry I can't show up.
and then you're fired. Because I've been fired from some of the bench. For giving 75%, maybe. Not sure. No, but it's you want to protect your instrument. So you go, look, here's my top, which is 75%. And when you're doing those screams, you find a way to not really scream to 100%. And if they really push you, you can give them 80. And then they're happy because you gave them a little more than what you were.
For the record, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Mr. Scott theory of voice acting.
Yeah.
See, we all have our own way of doing it.
It'll all be in my workshop and book, which will be available at Desk B in the vendor hall. I better write that.
Give it 75%. That's what it's going to be called.
Yeah.
Give it 75.
Yeah, Dad is 75% cooler.
It's over 6,500! What's 75% of 9,000? Quick! You guys
What?
That's right.
2,250. Yeah, thank you. Oh, sorry, that's 25%. So that would be 6,750.
Wow.
That was excellent.
Just like that.
Andrea, you famously blew out your voice on a particular role in that lovely Power Ponies episode, didn't you?
That's true, yeah, Flutter Hulk. I totally lost my voice completely. It was awful because I had an audition where I had to sing like the next day and then I couldn't do it. And that's kind of what Ian was talking about. Everyone kind of laughed and was a little bit shocked when he said if you lose your voice, you'd be fired. But it's actually sometimes true. Like if you're going in and for the first time on something, if you can't do it that day, they're gonna find someone else to do it. So it's kind of a serious thing. So
See? It's all ha 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 when Ian's getting 75%.
It's all fun and games until somebody loses a vocal cord. Do you guys ever have to sing in those crazy big voices?
Oh, yeah. Timmy sings a lot. You guys like Timmy songs, right? Yeah. I know, doesn't hurt so much. Because like you said, you find ways and tricks. Like your voice gets little tricks to do them without having a vocal cord.
The other thing too is sometimes instead of singing the entire tune, they'll have you speak parts of it. So if you're going da 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 da, it's like, and that was really awesome, and then da 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 da. So if there's action in the song, then sometimes we don't sing that part. We just sort of break and then go, we talk it, depending.
I've been kind of fortunate not to have lost my voice yet, because I've heard stories of people at this table and not at this table that have lost their voice because they've done over 75%. And I feel like kind of sad because it really does suck if you lose your voice, but I think I have a really strong voice because I do yell a lot in my daily life. Probably not that good. I just yell at people everywhere. So I haven't lost my voice yet, and I haven't really had, like, when you get sick, your voice changes a little bit, but it hasn't been any worse than that, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I definitely.
You just have a really good yelling technique, Claire. Yeah, and she's using your sinus cavity really well, projecting. She's using her mix ring.
I've seen her project out of her sinus cavity.
That's too much information.
Yeah. You.
Yeah, I definitely hear a lot of screaming, Claire, on your wonderful vlogs.
Oh yeah. Those would, yeah. I don't know why. I just like to yell. There's something inside me that is, I don't know why, I just really like to yell at people. And it doesn't need to be like mean. It doesn't need to be like, you're a terrible person. But I just like yelling because I find, I don't know, like, you're an awesome person. Yeah, and there's a lot of screaming in My Little Pony too because Sweetie Belle is like always really high pitched, just kind of like running across somewhere. So I found ways to do that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did that because I was about to ask for the patented Claire Corlett squeak. So we haven't heard too much from our younger VAs, and how do you guys balance that with having to go to school and
It's really hard. Oh.
How do you balance it?
Why is it hard?
I feel like I can work around it easier than you would think. Like if there's an audition or something coming up, then I'll just, if my last block is something that I'm caught up with, then I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll do the audition then. They can be, some are more flexible than others. When it's not, I'll just have to like really get ahead in the class, but so far it's been pretty mellow. I'm definitely not as busy as some of the people on this panel, but...
Oh, I'm so jealous of that. I feel like every single time I leave school for an audition or a session, I'm always missing something.
So Brenna, do you find yourself, using prep for auditions to like procrastinate and be like, I don't want to write this paper?
Her father is sitting beside her.
Yes, I'm right here.
I always do my work. I don't use auditions or things for an excuse. Even if I don't get it done, I have quite a few spares this year since I'm graduating, so I'll take those.
The agents are usually, at least mine is, it's pretty good when they call us with sides and auditions that come up. They try to book the auditions for kids who are in school later in the day, and if they don't, they say, we need to see Brenna at noon tomorrow. I'm like, that's right in the middle of the school day. You guys doing these auditions? When are they going till? Oh, they're going till 6. Well, can she go in at 4:30 or 5 or 5:30? And they're like, okay, sure, we'll change it. And we'll put her at the end of the day, because if you try and get out of the school in the middle of the day and drive, you lose the whole day, and then every kid in the house is stressed because they're way behind on schoolwork.
Yeah,
so
those are pretty flexible for auditions like that. It needs to be like after school hours, so they say.
Yeah.
But that's usually like an hour and a half or half an hour still part of the school day. But sessions you can't really change because you've got the job, so it's not like, oh, I can't do it that day, I have school. So they don't really care about that, so it's usually in the morning at 9 o'clock.
So how does being these characters affect your school life? I mean, does it?
Anybody chase you around school saying, do Bab's voice? No?
No. Well, I'm in a really small school, so I think once in a while they'll be like, hey, weren't you in that show? And I'm like, what? What? Like, I try to be so low-key about it.
My kids' friends chase me around when I come visit school. Does that count?
I don't know if it makes school harder or it definitely doesn't make it easier, but I don't know. I don't really know how to say how I'm feeling with it, but I am.
You just have to yell.
And for all the young locals, they're pretty good about helping you out. I started when I was 13, so at least 10 years ago, and they always give you on-set tutors and help you out. I don't know about you guys, but I always found the hardest thing to miss was math, because when you get to the next thing, you're like, wait, I didn't learn how to do that thing.
Yeah, then they're done a unit.
Yeah, they're like challenging, but if it's something that you really, really have to do with every vein in your body, then you make it work like that.
Yeah, and voiceover actually is a lot more forgiving in terms of schedule, because even a full booking for a session is only half a day. So it's not like being in a movie where you're there for days and days and days, and half the time you're not working and you have to book off all the weeks of school. So it's kind of the perfect performer job for a student, because it's only small blocks of time, and there isn't tons of prep needed, because you need to read the script.
You don't have to memorize the lines.
You don't have to memorize the lines.
Yeah, that helps.
That's the only way.
So, what about the rest of you on the panel? Did you? How many people here actually started, back when they were young in school, like high school age or younger, for that matter?
Yeah, I started when I was 13. My first job was Hello Kitty, and it was a Capri Summer in Toronto. And then, gosh, My Pet Monster, Beetlejuice, Care Bears. I'm sure a bunch of you guys all worked on that. It's too bad Tabitha's not here. I worked with Tabitha quite a bit when I was little too. But you just make it work, and like I said, they give you on-set tutors. One of whom I'm still friends with today from when I was a kid. So they're really good teachers on set.
Any of the rest of you?
I started as a grown-up.
I started in my teens, and I went to an alternative school program.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep, she remembers.
And that was helpful because we didn't have formal classes. So
God, I hated that school.
Did you?
I hated it so much.
I liked it.
Oh, there's a story here.
I liked the people I met, but I missed classes and dances and school plays and stuff.
Does an alternative school just play Nirvana and Pearl Jam?
That's a classic school.
Yeah,
it's 2015.
It was maybe during the Nirvana era, so you could be, I could say you're accurate, yeah.
I didn't start as a child, but I was in music and playing a bunch of instruments in high school and the school before middle school. And then when I worked at the CBC, I was in production for radio music as an associate producer. And the host of the show said, "You have a really nice voice. Have you ever thought of doing voiceover?" And I said, "Voice what?" And they said, "Yeah, you should try this." So I put together a little demo. They said, "Come on into our studio, we'll throw something together." And I did that. Next thing you know, I started doing commercials first and a little narration. And then I started to do cartoons and did a bunch in a row. And the next thing I thought, this is a great hobby. And thought it was going to just end and carry on. And it didn't end. And here I am. So
we teased Kathy, but she was discovered wandering the halls of CBC doing production, singing Silver Bells. So that's
But various arrangements with the CBC.
Do you guys know what the CBC is?
No!
Just checking.
Canadian Broadcasting Corporation.
Canadian Broadcasting.
It's like your ABC or NBC kind of thing.
No, it'd be more like PBS.
Well, yeah, I guess so. PBS.
Or the
It's our
BBC.
national network. Yeah.
And The Simpsons.
So, okay, let's get started with some Q&A from the audience.